Okay, so this is going to be a practice of waking up, having morning hair, being present, and not putting on a show, you know? Instead of trying to put on the presenter voice and face and mannerisms, to get on and just be regardless and learn to accept it. Yeah, there was a video that I saw on TikTok. Gotta love TikTok, but also hate it because doom scrolling is so real. But first, the positive of this guy who was talking about how and giving examples of the switch between being very presentive and forward facing versus being quiet and tuned in and talking as if you're talking to a close friend. It was so wild to see the switch and also inspiring. The negative side of TikTok and Instagram is something I definitely experienced last night, which is why I'm trying this process again of going back to my other phone. Thankfully, I have two, and just keeping my social media and push notifications on my main phone, and then having the iPhone mini just be reading around the house so that I'm not tempted just to go into these non-thinking stages of scrolling. It can take so much time. My husband was asleep or was going to sleep, and I was about to do the same myself. And I was like, oh, I'll just go meditate in the living room and I'll come back. Sure enough, an hour later, I was scrolling through, scrolling. And also anxious, so anxious. Feeling triggered, pulling out my hair. I have trichotillomania. So when I get anxious or stressed, that's my stress response. It's pulling out, especially my beard hairs. And so I was subjecting myself to this, continuing to doom scroll and continuing to pull, but like locked in, unable to extract myself from it. There were multiple moments where I was like, I should stop. And then sure enough, oh, but maybe the next one's gonna be nice, or who knows? There's the neighborhood kitty that's down there. um, it's interesting, but I think that's exactly what they're made for, right? Ironically enough, this might end up on one of those platforms, but I think for all the doom scrolling, there's also some positive stuff, like this guy that I saw on TikTok who is really trying to promote people finding themselves through this type of practice of just turning on the camera and seeing what happens and fully understanding when there's that shift between different presenting selves. One being more authentic, another being a bit more performative, and probably a large variety of ranges between the two extremes, right? Or different versions depending on who you're talking to, which as a people pleaser recovering, I would like to say, but I think there's definitely still some large tenets of that affect how I behave day to day. But it was just a very interesting observation, which I think can really be assisted by this type of recording of oneself and seeing what feels authentic when one is just slipping back into these states. Do you see? I was starting to like find the right hair and I caught myself. Even just thinking about it made me default back to it. Oh, I think that's it for today. Great closing, right? Yeah, it's funny to do the exact opposite of like planned opening, greeting, middle, closing, etc. All right, ciao. One quick addendum is that one of the other positives of TikTok is getting different perspectives. And so sometimes, depending on how you tune your algorithm, you get fed useful feedback about the creative process or just being an artist and just goals there within. And I saw a video where a woman was talking about shifting our goals to the process as opposed to the reception. And so focusing your joy and sense of achievement on just the doing part of the process. So coming to the table and drawing or writing or making a video, and that being the goal in and of itself, and separating yourself then from the reception or perception of others so that you can have a sustained feeling of accomplishment. Because if you're constantly seeking likes or engagement, then it's something that I think is a never-ending cycle. It's never enough. You always want more. Your audience is growing and nobody's responding, or you're not growing an audience, etc. That came to me just now as I was about to resume my journaling. And I can also share this is what I sketched this morning, which was actually me doom scrolling last night and the process of de-entangling myself from it, feeling the pull towards those screens, but then also feeling grounded and also feeling spiritually lifted, and that all of those were kind of pulling on me at the same time, and I can choose which one I will follow or give more energy to or let go and allow. Cool. All right, ciao.